All right, let's get to Eve here. She needs some closure. I mean, she went where most people don't go, and that is like hooking up with your bestie, man. Hey, Eve.
Hey.
Good morning. Okay, tell us the story and why you need closure now.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, I did date my best friend, Sean. And I don't know. I mean, like, at first, we were just friends. Like, we were really good friends for about a year. And we were, like, dating other people, and it was, no big deal. And then one night we were drinking, and Sean and I kissed. And at first I was like, oh, maybe it was nothing. But then he started seeing someone else. And I was like, oh, no, I have feelings for Sean. So I told him, and he ended that relationship he was in, and we dated for 2 months. Yeah. And then out of what honestly felt like nowhere, he just broke up with me. And I asked why, and he said that he liked me too much, which honestly doesn't make any sense to me. So I was super devastated, honestly, and I was confused. And so I just distanced myself, and I hadn't talked to him. And it's been a couple months, and I still am reeling from this. I don't know what happened, and I want to know why this happened and why he dumped me.
Okay, let's chew on this for just 1 second. The reason that I like you too much, because it feels like in most cases a very ninth grade reason to break up with somebody. Like you're just looking for an excuse, but here we are as adults and it can happen. Like maybe he felt too strongly because you guys have this history.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but wouldn't that be better, that we already knew each other so well? And
I do think so, yes. Yes, I do.
It might mean that he feels like she's endgame and that he really loves her and can see a life with her, and he's not ready for that yet.
That could be.
I feel like this is a little delusional. I feel like this is the kind of thing that your friends tell you when you go through a breakup and they want to make it any reason except for you. Eve, when you say he liked you too much, did you feel like in those 2 months, did you feel like this guy's really, really into me to where it could be plausible that he does just like you too much?
I mean, yeah, we were having a really good time. I did think he really liked me, but I don't know, when you said he liked me too much, I was worried that was you're saying it was as a friend or something. I don't know.
Though I do really hate that as a reason. I could see how, adding on to what Kat said earlier, that maybe because he had just got out of a relationship and then you guys were friends, there was a lot going on for him at that time, and he probably just wasn't ready to process it all. And he maybe didn't want to hurt your feelings because you were a friend, so that was the best he could come up with. That I can see happening.
Or let me throw this out there also, because you guys were quote-unquote best friends, right? So you have a deep history with this guy.
Well, she said I had a best friend, Sean, for about a year before we started dating. So, I mean, how long have you guys been besties?
Yeah, it was a year before we started dating.
So, I mean, they don't have a history there.
Okay. Because bestie to me means you guys have known each other for a really long time. So, all right, that's off the table.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close though.
All right,
we were really close. We did everything together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was close.
And I'm sure it's a shock to the system that you did everything together and now all of a sudden, poof, he's not there.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so Tommy, our show director, reached out to Sean, and he was a little reluctant to talk to Tommy, so Tommy had him put it together in an email, so we got answers for you. So you just got to hang out a couple of minutes, and we will read what he said, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Eve, are you ready for the results?
Yes, I want to hear them. Let's see it.
All right, so I reached out to Sean, I called him, and I didn't want to mess anything up or incorrectly relay what he said. So after our conversation, I asked him to email it to me, and this is what the email says. You asked for brutal honesty. However, I've been 100% honest with her. It's not a cliche. It really was a it's not you, it's me situation.
Do it.
I told her that I had to walk away because I liked her too much. This is 100% the truth. It is true that I developed feelings for her several months before we started dating. They were feelings I'd been fighting. When we did start dating, my feelings for her were so strong and so immediate and so immediate, it was overwhelming.
What are you doing?
Because he said their feelings I have been fighting. And so in my head, I go, I can't fight this feeling anymore.
REO idiot wagon. But things were a bit more complicated for me than just strong feelings. Before even our friendship turned into what it did, I'd come out of a relationship that was miserable. I stayed in it too long, just hoping it would work and also not wanting to hurt her. When we finally broke up, it was awful. The fighting and the anger was something I never wanted to go through again. So when my feelings for Eve were so strong, so fast, and seemed to be felt by her also, I knew that it was going to become very serious quickly. I couldn't do that to either of us, so I had to stop it. I don't know if I made the right decision. I probably didn't. I don't know. I just don't want to hurt either of us. I guess I didn't do a very good job.
All right, so there's good news and bad news here. I think this is really cute.
Yeah.
He has fallen for you big time, but
he's unemotionally ready. He's still trying to deal with his previous relationship and how it ended. He's actually wanting to work on himself before committing himself to somebody else, which is highly refreshing.
So stupid. Life is short.
Says the man whose therapist told him to sit in it, and you can't.
Yeah, it's the last time I'm seeing her. So I guess he's trying to do the right thing here. He definitely does have a muscle I don't have, and that's called discipline. But he has really, really strong feelings for you.
Are you willing to give him time, Eve?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm happy to hear that he has strong feelings, but it kind of just feels like as soon as it was getting good, he ended it. And I don't know, I'm scared that that'll happen again in the future.
Eve, I wouldn't get back together with him if I were you. And here's why. This is a perfectly logical and reasonable explanation for why he broke up with you. Why could he not have said that to your face? I think he has so much more to work on if he doesn't have the communication to be able to tell you how he's really feeling. For him to give you a BS answer.
He didn't. He told her,
well,
I like you too much.
That's so juvenile.
But it's true.
But it's true. It's true. But to me, to leave somebody that you feel so strongly about with just such like a blanket statement, to me feels very emotionally immature. And this is an emotionally mature response, like him feeling like he wanted to break things off because he didn't want to hurt her, I think is perfectly reasonable. And I think that's great. But I do not feel like he has the skill set yet to be able to handle any kind of conflict in the future, because he's just going to give you blanket statements that he thinks are going to be enough for you when he should have given you the full truth.
He should have delved in more.
Yeah.
I don't completely disagree with Abby. If I were in your shoes, I would have wanted that from him. But I've also learned in life that sometimes a person can't necessarily communicate exactly what they're feeling because they don't know exactly what they're feeling. And it sounds like he probably genuinely needed time to process exactly what he was fighting because there was a lot going on at once. And I actually think that's rare in a man to be able to do that in the way that he did. And if you do still have something there, it might not be a bad thing to pursue it.
I just don't know how, like, if he has these kind of strong feelings and she has these strong feelings, I don't know how you turn that off for a couple of months.
I mean, but I think because of this bad past relationship, he needs a moment to himself. And I think that you guys can come back from this. You just got to give him a little bit of time. There's nothing wrong with hitting the pause button.
So what does she do now? Does she reach out and say, hey, I know what's up? Or does she just let it go?
I wouldn't reach out.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
I wouldn't reach out.
No, I think if he wants to pursue this, then he should reach out. I think the ball's in his court.
Agreed.
I completely agree. I wouldn't get back together with him until he can bring this to you and express to you in full why he did what he did.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, at least you got some answers now, and he wasn't entirely lying.
No, not
He wasn't
at all.
lying at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
Okay. Bye-bye, Eve. Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, Eve.
Bye-bye. That isn't sad.
Yeah. But I mean, Because just to hear like I love you and I'm falling for you so fast that it's terrifying me and I have to hit a.
How do you put the brakes on that? How do you put the brakes on that? If you really love somebody, you can't put the brakes on that.
You take your right foot down and you press on it ever so slightly.
He took that brake and he went. He really slammed the brakes on that.
The Bert Show.